Okay, so a very good evening to all of you, those who have joined. This is the problem solving session of the course Geotechnical Engineering 1. I'll be taking these sessions on every Friday, 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. And I'll just give a brief, you know, mm, synopsis or an introduction about how this, sessions are going to go on from now onwards. So every week we'll have a topic dedicated to that particular week. If I'm not audible or there is something wrong with the PPT or any audio visual problems, please you can convey. Just unmute yourself and say, or just write in the chat box. Okay, so every week there is going to be a session based on a particular topic dedicated for the particular week. Now, what I generally do is I prepare a set of questions for you, and those set of questions has multiple choice questions. Sometimes they have multiple select questions, means more than one answer can be correct. It sometimes have true or false, statements, and it will obviously have numericals. Okay. So, firstly, I'll just in every session after I start the class, after everyone joins, I'll start discussing or dictating the questions. Okay. And when I dictate the questions, I'll go a bit slow so that all of you can write down the questions. You have to sit with your notebook and pen. Okay. And when I'll be taking numericals from the next class onwards, today there are no numericals today. So you also have to sit with your calculator. So in the first half, I'll just dictate the questions. You all have to write down all the questions. Okay, you have to write down all the questions along with the options. Okay, so first write down all the questions along with the options, and during this time when I dictate the question, please don't answer. Okay, let everyone solve the questions on their own. Please don't answer this question. So after I finish dictating the questions, that is after all of you have written down the questions along with the solutions. Okay, I'll give you some time, and that time can vary, minimum of 10 minutes to a maximum of 20 minutes. Okay, depending upon the uh, type of questions I am dictating. So generally I give on an average 15 minutes of time, break time, during which you people have to solve the questions. Okay, you have to solve the questions, find out the answer of the questions. Then after that break time, just stay in the meeting, don't leave the meeting. Okay, after that time, I'll again start discussing the questions and their solutions. I'm going to ask you, whoever has solved the question can come up with the answer and the explanation behind the solution. There's no need to worry. Even if you can't solve the question, I'll be solving them. Along with, I'll be giving the explanation behind the solution to the same. Okay, so in this practice sessions, in any case you have any doubt, any discrepancy, you think some answers might be wrong, the explanations can be better, or anything can be done, you can speak up. Okay, during the class or in the chat box. Okay, otherwise everyone should be on mute and their video should be off, and everyone should be sitting with their notebook and pencils and pens. Okay, so I believe it is already 4 minutes past 6 o'clock, and many of you have joined. So I'll be starting with the dictation of the questions. Will that be okay? Any other questions you have? Anyone?
No, sir.
Okay. So I believe I am audible and the PPT is clearly visible. I'll currently go to the PPT. Yes. Okay. Just put okay. So this is the, just a moment. Yes, this is the first problem solving session, week 1, and today's topic is origin of soils and rocks, rock cycle. Okay. So before I start, I'll just presume that you all have a certain idea about this topic. You have read in theory or anywhere else. So I will not be discussing the basics, beforehand. I will be straight away delving into the numericals, into the questions. Now, any kind of theories, any kind of conceptual, insights you want to have, that I'll be discussing while I explain the answers. Okay, while I explain the answers. So I'll start. Many of you have joined late, so good evening to all of you again. This is the first problem solving session of the course Geotechnical Engineering 1. This is the first week's course, first week session, and the topic is origin of soils and rocks, rock cycle. So the first question is, what is rock cycle? I repeat, what is rock cycle? Okay. Your options are weathering and disintegration of rocks, transportation of rock particles, combination of all processes leading to the formation of rocks, transformation of one type of rock to another. Those who have joined late, there is no need to tell the answers now or write the answers in the chat box. You solve this, you write down the questions. I'll give you time to solve. Write down the question and all the options very carefully. I'll repeat the question. What is rock cycle? What is rock cycle? The options are weathering and disintegration of rocks. Option 2, transportation. Tejabat Ashok, I have told you, don't write anything in the chat box, whether the answer is correct or wrong. Whatever you know, you just solve it by yourself. Let the others also solve it, solve the answers by them, solve the questions by themselves. When I start discussing the answers, at that time you can speak. Okay. Weathering and disintegration of rocks. Option 2, transportation of rock particles. Transportation of rock particles. Option 3, combination of all processes leading to the formation of rocks. And option 4, transformation of one type of rock to another. In some cases, I'll be also, not only focusing on the correct option, but also I might ask you the explanation of the other options and why they are not valid. Okay, so you can also do the same by yourself, like find out the applicability of the other options in the same question. Okay, so I hope this was clear. I'll go to the next question now. Those who have joined late, if you have not sat with your, pen and notebook, you can take a screenshot now. During the break, I'll give you the time to write the answers. You can copy it down and write the answers. Okay. Second question. What
ये पीपीटी शेयर करोगे आप?
PPT will be shared after the class with the solutions itself. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Yes. Okay, second question. What is the type of soil formed after deposition in lake water? What is the type of soil formed after deposition in the lake water? And I don't know who asked the question. PPT will be shared or not. PPT will be shared or not. That is not up to me. I am not sharing the PPT with you people. I'll be sharing it on a platform. From there, the PPT might get shared. So I cannot tell right now when it is going to be shared with you. Okay.
Sir, excuse me.
Yes. Yes. Speak.
When will we give the answer, sir?
As I told you, right now you just copy the questions and the solution and the options. You do it by yourself.
Sir,
After you
sir.
solve it, okay, 10-15 minutes I'll give you. After you solve it, I'll start discussing the answers myself. Okay.
In this session only, sir?
Yes, in this session only.
Are you
This
going to discuss in this session?
Yes, this session is from 6 to 8, 2 hour session. Okay.
Sir,
You
sir.
will get you will get hard you will take hardly 10 to 15 minutes to solve these questions. Okay. And when there are numericals, I might give you a bit more time, but anyhow, this is just MCQ. Okay.
Okay, okay. Sure, sir.
So
Okay,
in
sir.
this session
Okay,
only,
thank you.
I'll be discussing the solutions.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah. So the second question is, what is the type of soil formed after deposition in lake water? What is the type of soil formed after deposition in lake water? Okay. Your options are alluvial soil, lacustrine soil, colluvial soil, and marine soil. I hope you are familiar with the transportation and deposition of soil and the various agents of transportation. So this question is with respect to that particular topic. I'll repeat the question once. What is the type of soil formed after deposition in lake water? Your options are alluvial soil, lacustrine soil, colluvial soil, or marine soil. I hope you have written the question. I'll go to the next question now. Those of you are joining right now, please start writing the questions from the current one. Okay. You need to write down the question first, and then I'll give you some time. You will solve those questions, write down the answers by yourselves, and then I'll start asking you the answers and discuss the solutions myself. Okay. So yes, what type of soil is formed after deposition in lake water? Alluvial, lacustrine, colluvial, or marine soil? This was the question. Okay. Okay. Next question. A lacustrine deposit with alternate thin layers of silt and clay is called. A lacustrine deposit with alternate thin layers of silt and clay is called. The options are loam, muram, bentonite, or warped clay. I'll repeat the question. A lacustrine deposit with alternate thin layers of silt and clay is called. A lacustrine deposit with alternate thin layers of silt and clay is called. The options are loam, muram, bentonite, or warped clay. Okay. Next question. Yes. Which of these is not a stage in the geological cycle? Which of these is not a stage in the geological cycle? The options are transportation, metamorphism, deposition, or weathering. Many of you are joining late, so again I have to repeat that you need to write down the questions from the current questions, okay? And then you have to write down the answers by yourself, after which I'll give you the solutions. But try to join from 6 o'clock from next week, because the class starts at 6 p.m. I'll repeat this question. Which of these is not a stage in the geological cycle? First option is transportation, second option is metamorphism, third option is deposition, fourth option is weathering. Next question. Which of the following are formed by transportation by gravitational forces? Which of the following are formed by transportation by gravitational forces? The options are loess, till, laterite, or talus.
Hello, sir.
Someone's mic
Hello,
is
sir.
on. Please mute yourself. Yes. I repeat the question. Which of the following are formed by transportation by gravitational forces? I am repeating. Do not write any answer in the chat box. Do not write any answer in the chat box. Okay. I have told you that you need to solve these questions by yourself. Everyone needs to solve these questions by themselves. After you solve these questions, I will start discussing the solutions and then you can give your opinions. Okay. Before that, please don't write anything in the chat box, anything related to the answers. Okay, which of the following are formed by transportation by gravitational forces? The options are loess, till, laterite, or talus. Okay, next question. Igneous rocks formed at a depth within the Earth's crust are called. Igneous rocks formed at a depth within the Earth's crust are called. The options are plutonic, foliated, volcanic, or hyperbasal. I hope you are familiar with the terms plutonic, volcanic, hyperbasal, or foliated. Even if you don't know, there is no need to worry. I will be discussing this. Igneous rocks formed at a depth within the Earth's crust are called. Your options are plutonic, foliated, volcanic, or hyperbasal. Next question. Which of the following type of soil remain at their place of formation? Which of the following type of soil remain at their place of formation? The options are aeolian, marine, residual, or colluvial. I repeat the question. Which of the following type of soil remain at their place of formation? Your options are aeolian, option 2 marine, option 3 residual, or option 4 colluvial. Next question. Which of the following processes may lead to disintegration of rocks? Which of the following processes may lead to disintegration of rocks? The options are chemical, physical, biological, or all of these? Can everyone follow the questions? Can everyone follow the questions?
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Sir.
Yes, Nidakshan, yes, has raised a hand. Okay, you can speak.
Uh, yes, sir. I am following.
Okay, okay, fine, fine. So, which of the following processes may lead to disintegration of rocks? Your options are chemical, physical, biological, or all of these. Next question. This is a true false statement. Soil transported and or formed by different processes are constantly subjected to further change by physical, chemical, or biological actions. What it means is, after the formation, there is still some sort of change or modifications going on. Okay, soil transported and or formed by different processes are constantly subjected to further change by physical, chemical, or biological actions. Is this statement true or false? And I believe you can give me the proper explanations behind the answer, whichever the answer will be. If it is true, why it is true. If it is false, why it is false. I'll repeat the statement once. Soil transported and or formed by different processes are constantly subjected to further change by physical, chemical, or biological actions. Is this statement true or false? Next question. Yes. Which of the following processes leads to change in the structure of the rock and not its composition? Which of the following processes lead to change in the structure of the rock and not its composition? The options are carbonation, hydrolysis, reduction, or abrasion. Do you have any idea on this, terminologies, carbonation, hydrolysis, reduction, abrasion? Have you
Sir, these are chemical weathering.
Yes, you have heard these terms before, right? That's what I'm asking. Have you heard these terms before?
Yes, sir.
Yes. I'll repeat the question. Which of the following processes leads to change in the structure of the rock and not its composition? First option is carbonation. Second option is hydrolysis. Third option is reduction. And the last option is abrasion. Okay. Next question. Cohesionless soils are formed due to. Cohesionless soils are formed due to. The options are oxidation of rocks. Option 2, leaching action of water on rocks. Option 3, physical disintegration of rocks. And option 4, wind action. Can you name some cohesionless soils?
Sand, sir, sand.
And
Gravel.
gravel. Yes. So this question is basically about the formation of cohesionless soils. Okay. People are joining still now. Okay. So cohesionless soils are formed due to, the options are oxidation of rocks. Option 2, leaching action of water on rocks. Option 3, physical disintegration of rocks. And option 4, wind action. Now it is not like if you choose one option, that means that is the only way cohesionless rocks are formed. But the question means generally, like in general sense, mostly, okay, most frequently, how soils like gravel and sands, how they are formed, how the cohesionless rocks are formed in nature in general. Okay, it might be that one among the two, among these four options are correct, but others also take place, but very, less frequently. There is a negligible chance that others might also happen, but the most common, you know way these cohesionless soils are formed, that should be the answer of this question. Okay. So cohesionless soils are formed due to oxidation of rocks, leaching action of water on rocks, physical disintegration of rocks, or wind action. I hope it was clear. I'll go to the next question now. Yes, again a true false statement. Weathering process related to the activities of microorganisms is termed as geochemical weathering. I repeat, weathering process related to the activities of microorganisms is termed as geochemical weathering. Is this statement true or false? And as I've mentioned, it is not like enough to just state, you have to tell why it is true or why it is false. Like in this case, if it is true, why it is called geochemical weathering, and if it is false, then what is it called? I'll repeat the question. Weathering process related to the activities of microorganisms is termed as geochemical weathering. Is this statement true or false? Next question. Uncemented deposits of mineral and or organic particles covering large portion of the earth's crust is called. Uncemented deposits of mineral and or organic particles covering large portion of the earth's crust is called. The options are rock, loam, soil, or aggregates. I'll repeat the question. Uncemented deposits of mineral and or organic particles covering large portion of the earth's crust is called. Option 1 rock, option 2 loam, option 3 soil, option 4 aggregates. Next question. Which type of rock is formed due to availability of silica deposits from the source rock? I repeat, which type of rock is formed due to availability of silica deposits from the source rock? The options are dolomite, sandstone, anthracite, or limestone. I repeat the question. Which type of rock is formed due to availability of silica deposits from the source rock? The options are dolomite, sandstone, anthracite, or limestone. Next question. Which of the following is a hypabasal rock? Which of the following is a hypabasal rock? The options are granite, dolerite, syenite, or gabbro. Again, in this question, it is not only enough to state the correct answer. If one option is correct, the others are not correct. The others are which types of rock. That also you should know. I repeat the question. Which of the following is a hypabasal rock? The options are granite, dolerite, syenite, or gabbro. Next question. Metamorphic rocks are formed when parent rocks are changed by. Metamorphic rocks are formed when parent rocks are changed by pressure, heat, shear stress, or all of these. I repeat the question. Metamorphic rocks are formed when parent rocks are changed by. The options are pressure, heat, shear stress, or all of these. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, in case my internet is fluctuating and I get disconnected, stay on the meeting, okay? Don't disconnect. So, this question again I'll repeat this once. Metamorphic rocks are formed when parent rocks are changed by. The options are pressure, heat, shear stress, or all of these. Okay. Last question now.
Your screen is not visible, sir.
Yes, what? Hello, am I audible?
Yes, sir, but the screen is not visible.
Yes, yes, I just got disconnected. As I've said, the net is fluctuating. Just a moment. Hello, am I audible now?
నువ్వు కొంచెం లోపల పోయారా చూడకు.
Okay, thank you for your patience. The meeting just got a bit disconnected. There is a issue with the internet over here. Thanks. Okay, so I guess the last question was metamorphic rocks are formed when parent rocks are changed by options for pressure, heat, shear stress, or all of the above. The last question is alluvial soils at foot of hills or mountains is known as. Alluvial soil at foot of hills or mountains is known as. The options are deltaic deposits, loess, estuarine deposits, or piedmont deposits. I repeat the question. Alluvial deposits at foot of hills or mountains is known as. The options are deltaic deposits, loess, estuarine deposits, or piedmont deposits. Okay, so this was the set of questions. I believe there were 17 questions overall, and those of you who have joined late, please carry on from the questions you have written it down. Okay, I am giving you approximately 10 minutes. I think that will be enough to solve these questions. It is almost 6:50. Okay, I'll start discussing the solutions at 7 o'clock. Will it be okay with all of you?
Okay,
Mm, your voice was breaking actually. You can write in the
okay,
chat
sir.
box.
Okay, it's
Okay,
okay.
okay, fine. So solve these questions, okay, and don't leave the meeting. I'll start discussion from 7 o'clock. Okay, so I hope you all have completed solving the questions. I will start with the solutions right now. So the first question was, what is rock cycle? The first question was, what is rock cycle? Any answer?
Combination of all process leading to formation of rock.
Combination of all processes leading to the formation of rocks. Yes, that is the correct option. So what do you mean by these all processes? The other options over here, the first option is weathering and disintegration of rocks. It is a part of the rock cycle. Okay. The second option is transportation of rock particles. That is also a part of the rock cycle. It helps in the formation of rock. The fourth option, transformation, it might not be included as a part of the rock cycle because it is the change from one rock type to the another, not specifically the formation of rocks. I'm talking about the formation of rocks in general. So the first two options, weathering and disintegration of rocks and transportation of rock particles, these two options, these are part of the rock cycle, but these are not enough. There are some more steps or step, singular or plural, which can be, which I'll be, I think I have given another question, similar questions regarding this. Okay, so option C, combination of all processes leading to the formation of rocks. There is a very generalized and basic statement, and that is the correct option with respect to this scenario. Okay, just a moment, I'll just. Yes. Okay, so this was the first question. Any doubt, anyone? Does anyone have any doubt regarding this solution?
No, sir.
Okay. Okay. Next question. What is the type of soil formed after deposition in lake water? Any answer?
Lacustrine soil.
What is
Lacustrine soil.
lacustrine soil? Yes, yes. Lacustrine soil is the soil formed after deposition in the lake water. So it is lacustrine soil. So what is alluvial soil?
Formed in river. Flowing river.
Yes, formed after deposition by the river water. What is colluvial soil?
By the effect of gravity force.
By the effect of gravity force. And what is marine soil?
Deposited at the beaches, ocean beaches.
Yes, by the sea water. Deposition by the sea water.
Yeah.
You can mute yourself. Good. So the answer was right. So lacustrine soil is a soil formed after deposition in the lake water, and alluvial soil is by the action of river water. Colluvial soil is by the action of gravity. By the action of gravity. Marine soil By the action of the seawater. By the action of the seawater. Okay, so these are the agents of soil transportation and deposition. And when the agent is lake water, then the soil formed is known as the lacustrine soil. Known as lacustrine soil. Okay. Okay. Next question. Yes. A lacustrine deposit with alternate thin layers of silt and clay is called. Any answer? Anyone? Oh, yes.
I think so. This warped clay, sir.
Warped clay. Yes, warped clay is the correct answer. Whoever has said warped clay is the correct answer, because when after the deposition in the lake water, when we find that there is alternate layers of silt and clay, that deposition is known as warped clay. Okay, it is not pure clay. Then what is loam?
Mixtures of sand, silt, and clay.
Yes, mixtures in approximately equal proportions. Okay, mixtures in approximately equal proportions. There might be some exceptions, but generally this soil is difficult to comprehend the composition. Sand plus silt plus clay. What is modum? What is modum?
It looks like a gravel, like a hard strata.
Yes, it is a hard strata gravel, but it is mixed with red clay. Okay, modum is a type of soil found in, many village and small
Hills.
towns.
Hills.
Yes, hills, village and small towns. Okay, where gravel is mixed with red clay. Okay, what is bentonite?
Just like a mud, slurry.
Slurry. No, what is its composition? Its composition is volcanic ash. Okay, bentonite is volcanic ash which has undergone decomposition to a certain extent. So it is basically decomposed bentonite, decomposed volcanic ash. Decomposed volcanic ash. Okay, decomposed volcanic ash. Okay, and warped clay is alternate thin layers of silt and clay found in lakes. This is a lacustrine deposit. Okay, I hope it was clear.
Yes, sir.
Next question. Which of these is not a stage in the geological cycle?
Metamorphism, sir.
Okay,
Metamorphism.
Then what is metamorphism? What is metamorphism?
Change in volume.
Change in volume.
No, 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 no. Just like, some changes in rocks.
Yes, changes to the form
Yes,
of rock
changes to the form of rock trans.
Yes, please mute yourself.
Yes, please mute yourself.
Yes, it is the change to the form of rock, transformation of the rock's appearance and properties, okay, because of external forces or external influences. Yes, that will come later. What are the influences? We have a question dedicated to that. Okay, so right now, metamorphism is not a stage in the geological cycle, it is the formation of rock. Now, the other three options are there: transportation, deposition, weathering. Can you arrange them, in a chronological manner, like what happens first, what happens later?
Weathering, transportation.
Weathering, transportation, deposition.
Yes, weathering, transportation, and deposition. And these three processes These three processes determine which kind of soil can be formed. Like during weathering, the parent rock determines a particular type of soil that can be formed. During transportation, the transporting agent can determine another type of soil that can be formed. During deposition, the place of deposits can determine another type of soil that can be formed. So classifications can be made. It is already prevalent with these three stages. Okay, so yes, weathering, transportation, and deposition, these are the stages of the geological cycle, and not metamorphism. It is the transformation of one rock to the another. Okay, change in the rock type is known as metamorphism. Okay, good. Now next question. Yes, which of the following are formed by transportation by gravitational forces? Any answer? What is the answer?
Talus, sir.
Yes, talus or talus, whatever the pronunciation is, it's okay. Um, then what are the other three? Can you tell me which are the agents of transportation for the other three? For example, the first option, Loess, which is the transporting agent?
So wind, sir, wind.
Loess is, yes, wind.
Wind.
Okay. What about till? What about till?
What about till?
Till maybe, sir, due to gravity.
If till was due to gravity, then till would have been another answer, right? But till is not another answer. Any other guesses for till? Till is transported by glacier. It is a glacial deposited soil. Okay, drift and till. Okay, what about laterite?
Water,
Yes,
water.
water. No, laterite is not water. Laterite is basically not transported, but
Red soil.
I have another question dedicated to laterite, so I'll be not discussing that. I'll be discussing in the yes, next question. I have a question. Okay, please mute yourself. Yeah, thanks. So, which of the following are formed by transportation by gravitational forces? The answer is talus, and Loess is transported by wind, till by glacier. Okay, next question. Igneous rocks formed at a depth within the Earth's crust are called. What is the answer?
Volcanic rocks.
Volcanic rocks at a depth. At a depth means deep inside the Earth's crust.
Mica basalt.
Please check and tell. There are three types of igneous rocks. One formed at shallow depth towards, the Earth's crust, like the upper parts of the Earth's crust at shallow depths. One is formed at the great depths,
Plutonic.
and another one is at intermediate depths. Yes, plutonic is the right answer. plutonic rocks are formed at a great depth. Okay, volcanic at the surface, and hyperbasal rocks at intermediate depths, that is between volcanic and plutonic rocks. What is foliated rocks? These are not any type of igneous rocks. Foliations are formed due to structural changes, and it is mainly found in metamorphic rocks. That is metamorphosis. Metamorphosis happens first. Sorry, metamorphosis happens first. Transformation of one rock type to the other, and then foliations are formed, and these rocks are called foliated rocks. Okay, so it is not a type of igneous rock. So yes, igneous rocks formed at a depth within the Earth's crust, they are called plutonic rocks. Okay. Next question. Which of the following type of soil remain at their place of formation? Now this is easy for you right now. Which is the answer?
Residual.
Residual.
Soil. Yes, residual soil. Aeolian soil transported by wind, isn't it? Marine soil transported by sea, and colloidal soil transported by gravity, I guess. Yes, gravity. So residual soil remain at their place of formation. Right answer, correct answer. Okay. Next question. Which of the following processes may lead to disintegration of rocks?
All the above.
All of these.
All of this. So, if you want to briefly describe chemical, physical, and biological chemical processes, can change the composition of rocks, and that change in composition along with chemical action may lead to the disintegration of rocks, chemical disintegration. Physical action like external forces, okay, external forces, pressures can act upon the rocks, breaking them and causing their disintegration. The common forms of erosion, okay, weathering and erosion that occurs due to any physical forces, wind, pressure. So these are the physical processes that may lead about the disintegration of rocks. Biological, obviously biological actions like microorganisms, you know, and other small organisms which can, what I can say, cause weathering in the rocks because of their formation of habitats, or just, you know, making their place in a particular ecosystem. There are many microorganisms that will have detrimental effect on the rocks because they are naturally they naturally make some particular types of rocks their habitat. They might do that. Okay, otherwise their biological processes, the biological processes of small organisms or microorganisms, okay, that might, you know, secrete something which can have chemical interference with the rock and may cause about disintegration. So in this way, chemical, physical, and biological, all the three processes can cause disintegration of rocks. So all of this is the correct answer. Next question. Soil transported and are formed by different processes are constantly subjected to further change by physical, chemical, and biological actions. Is it true or false?
False, sir.
False. Why false? Why is it false?
Because there are no further changes will happen to the rock in the report. Let us take the marble. It is the sedimented rock. If the further there is no further changes to that rock.
Can you please repeat once again?
Now let us take the example of marble.
Yes.
Yeah, it is a metamorphic rock.
I'm not talking about rock, I'm talking about soil. Soil transported or formed by different processes, they are constantly subjected to further change by physical, chemical, or biological actions. I'm talking about nature. I'm not talking about, you get something in nature and you bring it and you put it to, commercial use or something like that. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about nature. Even if it is a soil or it is a rock, if it is any kind of geomaterial. So after that is formed by various processes, geological processes, then it will be further subjected to physical, chemical, or biological actions. Is it true or false? Hello? Am I audible? Wait. Am I audible?
Yes, sir, you are audible.
Yes. So the answer to this statement is true because soils, suppose there is weathering, there is transportation of soils, take any kind of soil, take till, okay, or take any kind of soil, laterite. If it is formed at one place, it is exposed to nature, there will be other physical forces, right? Chemical actions or biological actions. So once soil is formed from one geological cycle, we cannot say that there will be no more processes acting on the soil formation. So whatever the cycle it has undergone during its formation, weathering, transportation, and deposition, it may further get, you know, it may further undergo the similar changes once again. So this is a never ending process. So soil transported or formed by different processes are constantly subjected to further change by physical, chemical, or biological actions. So this is a true statement. Is it clear? Hello, is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I'll go to the next question. Which of the following processes leads to change in the structure of the rock and not its composition?
I think abrasion.
Yes. Which is the option?
Abrasion.
Abrasion. Yes. Abrasion is the correct option. Now, why is abrasion the correct option?
Because the rubbing nature of the rock leads to the change in structure like honeycomb structure, clay matrix structure, or
It does not lead to any change in the composition of the rocks, right? It is just a physical process. It leads to the form of the rock, transforming the physical, appearance of the rock. Abrasion means basically it is when we test for hardness or scratching, okay, that is the abrasive force when it undergoes. It does not have to do anything with the chemical composition of the rock, right? But when I'm talking about carbonation, I'm talking about addition of carbon dioxide, isn't it? Carbonation. Hydrolysis, breaking down of a compound in the presence of water. Reduction, the removal of oxygen or addition of hydrogen, right? So these are chemical processes. So any chemical processes, any chemical reactions whatsoever will cause change in the chemical composition of the rock. By composition the question I mean chemical composition. Any change, any chemical reactions will cause change in the composition of the rock. Okay. So carbonation, hydrolysis, and reduction, these are chemical reactions. It will change the composition. Only abrasion will change the structure of the rock and not the composition. Okay. Yes, you are right. The answer is abrasion. I hope it was clear. Anyone having any doubt regarding this question?
No doubt, sir.
Okay, fine. Next question. Cohesionless soils are formed due to, what is the answer?
I think leaching action, sir.
Leaching action, sir.
Leaching action, no.
Leaching action, no.
No, sir. Sir, this is a physical disintegration
Physical
of rock.
disintegration of
Physical
rock.
disintegration.
Yes, you can mute yourself. Yes, very good. Physical disintegration of rocks. Okay. First of all, let us, uh, someone's mic is on. Please mute yourself. Yes, first of all, let us, uh, remove all the options which are not correct. First of all, wind action. Cohesionless soils, we know they are larger in size, they are heavier in size, so wind action will not help in their formation. So this is wrong. Okay. Oxidation and leaching action, these are chemical reactions. When chemical reaction goes on, change in structure brings about a change in their, uh, what can I say, the internal molecular structure. Okay, internal molecular structure, formation of different types of compounds or elements. So these processes, oxidation and leaching action of water, when leaching action of water happens on rocks, generally it causes disintegration to a much greater extent. Okay.
Sir,
Similarly,
can you brief me what is the leaching action?
yes.
What is the leaching action?
Leaching action, suppose there is a rock surface like this. Okay. There is a rock surface like this. This is a surface. Okay. Leaching action can happen on rock or soil anywhere. Now you put some garbage which has water saturated form. Okay, garbage. So the water will start leaching through this rock surface and go start mixing up with the intermolecular rock particles, or start a chemical reaction within this rock mass or any ground whatsoever. Okay. So whenever you
No,
put
isn't it similar to the percolation? Isn't it similar to percolation? Leaching action means.
leaching action is generally, in environmental, terminology, leaching action and percolation, they have a difference. But when we talk about leaching action, it is definitely detrimental. Okay, it is definitely a harmful action of the water or any kind of fluids. When we talk about percolation, rainwater falling on the soil then percolating, percolation is
Useful
definitely,
process.
it can be useful, it cannot be useful. Okay, but leaching action, percolation is something like in general sense we use, but leaching action means the water is seeping, the water or any kind of solution is seeping inside the ground and is causing some detrimental effect with the help of any kind of chemical reaction. That is the overall, terminology of leaching action, what it means. Okay, so that is leaching action, and this does not form cohesionless soils. Physical disintegration of rocks, for example sandstone rocks, disintegration forms sands. Okay, large, you know uh, boulders, they are formed from the, you know fall of rock blocks from a higher ground to a lower ground. So physical disintegration, they are mainly responsible for cohesionless soils. There may be a scenario where leaching action of water or, oxidation of rocks might form a soil which has a combination of cohesionless soil, cohesive soil, but in general sense, like naturally occurring cohesionless soils are mainly found by physical disintegration of rocks. Okay, I hope the answer, I hope the solution was clear. I'll go to the next question now. Is there any doubt,
Yes, sir.
anyone?
Is
Please.
there any doubt, anyone?
Okay. Weathering process related to the activities of microorganisms is termed as geochemical weathering. Is this statement true or false?
Statement is false, sir, because it is a biological.
Very good. It is called biological weathering. Okay. Next question. Uncemented deposits of mineral and or organic particles covering large portion of the Earth's crust is called. What is the answer? Yes.
Soil, sir.
Yes.
Soil.
Yes, soil is the correct answer. This is a generalized definition of soil actually I've given. Okay. Loam is a type of soil, so loam won't be the answer. I have told uncemented, so rock will not be the answer. And aggregates, obviously, aggregates don't form the Earth's crust. It is soil which forms the large portion of the Earth's crust. So the answer is soil. This is the generalized definition of soil. Okay. Next question. Which type of rock is formed due to availability of silica deposits from the source rock? What is the answer?
Sandstone, sir.
Sandstone. Very good. So, what is the main composition of dolomite? Sorry. Dolomite, anthracite, limestone. Someone is joining right now. Those who are joining now, the class had started from 6 o'clock. Okay. So tell me, dolomite, anthracite, and limestone, what are their compositions? They don't have silica. So what do they have?
The limestone has calcium.
Limestone has calcium. Calcium what? Calcium carbonate. Right? Calcium carbonate. Silica is SiO2. Dolomite, what does dolomite have? It has calcium plus magnesium carbonate. The formula, just check it from the other sources. So dolomite, calcium, magnesium, limestone, only calcium, both are carbonates. What is anthracite? What is anthracite? Anyone? Anthracite? Have you heard about the types of coal? Anthracite, bituminous, lignite, peat. No one has heard about the types of coal. Okay, so anthracite is a type of coal and the main composition is carbon. Just a moment. It's carbon. Okay. Is it clear? Any doubt? Anyone?
Yes,
Any
sir.
doubt? Anyone regarding this?
Okay, I'll proceed to the next question. If there is any doubt, you can, raise your hand or just ask. Okay, fine. Next question. Which of the following is a hyperbasal rock? Granite, dolerite, cyanide, gabbro. What is the answer?
Granite.
No, granite is not the answer. What is a hyperbasal rock? Tejavat Ashok, dolerite. Yes, dolerite. What is a hyperbasal rock? There was a question regarding this hyperbasal rock. Not specifically hyperbasal rock, it was with respect to plutonic rocks, I believe. Mid depth formed rocks. Mid means, yes, intermediate depths between volcanic and plutonic rocks. So, dolerite is such a type of hyperbasal rock. What is granite? Plutonic, volcanic, or hyperbasal? Not hyperbasal, obviously. Plutonic or volcanic? Plutonic rock. Where is plutonic rock? What is cyanide? What is cyanide? Yes, Ashok. What is cyanide? You have told granite is plutonic rock. Cyanide and gabbro. What are they? They are also both plutonic rocks.
Plutonic rocks.
Okay. Cyanide and gabbro. Granite, cyanide, and gabbro, all three are plutonic rocks formed at a great depth inside the Earth's crust. There are no volcanic rocks over here, but example is basalt. Basalt or andesite, they are volcanic rocks. Over here, dolerite is the answer. It is an example of hyperbasal rock. Example of hyperbasal rock. Okay. Okay. Next question. Metamorphic rocks are formed when parent rocks are changed by. What is the answer? Very simple question.
Pressure, heat.
Pressure, heat.
Pressure, heat.
This is not a.
This is not a.
Please mute yourself.
Please mute yourself.
This is not a MSQ or multiple select question. Okay, I have told you this is MCQ, multiple choice question. Only one option can be correct. So it is pretty obvious which option is correct. Obviously, pressure, heat, and shear stress. There are other parameters also, but in this question, what happened? The PPT is not visible. Just a minute. Yes. The PPT is visible now, right? The PPT is visible now, isn't it? The current question is visible right now, I guess. Anyone can just say yes or no in the chat box if it is visible or not.
Yes, sir, visible.
Okay, fine. So yes, all of this, because pressure and heat, obviously they are having a great influence on metamorphosis. Okay, the formation of metamorphic rocks. Shear stress means the stress that comes into action between two planes when they move along one another, that causes a change in their dimension if it is a solid figure, and if there are there is a fracture or a crack, then the shear stress might cause some displacement or deformation along that fracture. So all the three factors, pressure, heat and shear stress, they cause metamorphic rocks to form when they are acting on the parent rocks. Okay. Okay, so last question. Alluvial deposits at foot of hills or mountains is known as. What is the answer? Any answer? Okay, the answer is Piedmont deposits. Alluvial deposits means action of river water. Someone gave the, yes, Piedmont deposits, Kritika. Good. So deposition by the river at the foot of hills or mountains, Piedmont deposits. Now what are the other kinds of soil I'm talking about in the other options? Loess, as I've said, is transported by wind. It is an aeolian soil. Deltaic deposits found near deltas where the river meets any still water body, generally the sea, where there is constant deposition of sediments, soil I'm talking about. Okay, it is triangular in shape, and the river mouths, they channelize and then they form two other tributaries, and there is a delta, triangular shaped delta, and that causes the extension of shoreline in this deltaic deposits. What is estuarine deposits? Here also similar like delta, the rivers meet the sea, but it is definitely somewhere where there are tidal actions are going on, and the formation is not not, it cannot be seen as like the deltaic formation in a triangular shape. It is more like elongated shape. It is more like elongated shape and widened. Okay, there is an effect of salt water more in the case of estuarine deposits, and tidal action comes into play when the soils are formed. Generally sediment deposits are formed in deltaic deposits, and in estuarine deposits weathering of rocks can be seen due to tidal actions. Okay, so these are the three kinds of deposits: deltaic, estuarine and Piedmont deposits. Piedmont deposits are formed by alluvial deposits at the foot of hills or mountains. Okay, so any doubt regarding this session? If you have any doubt, you can tell. Okay, so this was the first session of the problem solving sessions of the course Geotechnical Engineering. Today there was no numericals, but from the next day onward there will be numericals. So please attend this class using your calculator also. There was a nice participation from some of you who have gave the answers. Thank you for the participation, and we'll again meet on the coming Friday with the problem solving session of the second week. Okay, so thank you for attending the class. Have a good evening.
Thank you very much, sir.